They say when you drink ayahuasca, it heals you on multiple levels. It heals the body, the mind and the soul. The shamans say ayahuasca doesn't just heal you of the trauma of this life, but also past lives, and gives you clear vision of your life's true purpose. There is no right or wrong way to drink ayahuasca. The people who drink it are from all around the world and all different ages, searching for that one thing, a miracle. Do I believe in all this? There is only one way to find out. Welcome to the ayahuasca experience. This is Rythmia, a life advancement centre in the middle of the jungle in Costa Rica. The CEO of Rythmia is a man called Jerry Powell, who himself has had a very colourful past.
I had terrible habits, like injectable Demerol, like every drug under the sun. I loved strippers. I was married. I had a bunch of girlfriends, and I was miserable. And I mean miserable. I had just sold a company for about $90 million, and I tried to commit suicide then.
Jerry became a multi-millionaire in his 20s, owning private planes and luxury cars, yet he was the unhappiest he had ever been in his life. Jerry's life looked great from the outside, but from the inside he felt empty. Jerry battled with many addictions for years, from drink, drugs and sex. That took him into the darkest times of his life, where he thought the only option he had was suicide.
My gun was rusty. Like I was always I was ready to kill myself at any minute, you know?
Jerry wanted to try one more thing before he gave up, and that's when he went to Costa Rica to try ayahuasca. And that's when everything changed, as Jerry felt like a new man, with no more pain, and was given a clear vision to go out and try and help heal others.
I thought that I was going to be rendered into a fucking mental institution for the rest of my life. Like in that night, I was like that fucking crazy shit, you know? Yeah, I thought, fuck, I've gone around the bend and that's it. So I honestly didn't know who I was. The next day I thought, oh, I'm going to wake up in a straitjacket and it's fucking over, you know? And the craziest thing happened is that I had peace the next day. There was some kind of strange peace that was going on. It's like somebody cracked my head open and shook all the pieces, and then they were coming back in a normal way.
So he went out and opened a 5-star 81-bedroom resort in Costa Rica with the best organic food, spas, life coaching, yoga and meditation, and working with shamans from all around the world. Rythmia has now helped thousands of people from all walks of life with all different kinds of struggles and trauma, and with more than 95% of the guests reporting they had received a miracle during their stay.
This is the second time I've been here. I was here in March. I didn't know what to expect in March, but being here without doubt changed my life for the better. I experienced things that are very hard to explain, but all I can say is really that I would advise everybody to come here if you're looking for any kind of healing whatsoever. The first time I came here, I didn't know what to expect. On the first night, the first ceremony with Brad and Scott, who are two fantastic shamans, the kind of energy that they bring to the medicine is a very masculine energy, so it's very strong, very powerful, and that night was my first experience of the medicine, and I have to say it was one of the most difficult nights of my life. It was very hard. It was very hard to explain. I got lots of strong visuals. I lost control of my body. I felt like I was in another dimension. I had lots of crazy visions, seeing faces of what looked like other kinds of beings. It taught me a lot about myself. I had to really face a lot of fears, a lot of truths. And after it, I felt totally exhausted, but the next day, I felt totally renewed. James himself hasn't had the easiest of pasts. He suffered a lot of loss and heartache and trauma in his life. That's why I really feel that he's going to strongly benefit from this healing experience. He's going to have a very hard time, I think. Ayahuasca is going to force him to overcome those traumas and overcome those fears, and he's going to have a lot to deal with. He's going to purge a lot. But I think at the end of this 4-day journey or week journey, he's going to really start to love himself more, start to appreciate life more, and gain the confidence and find the love that he really needs in his life.
As I was sitting at the cleanse centre, I was more nervous of doing the colon cleanse than actually doing the ayahuasca ceremony. 3 weeks before you do the ayahuasca, you are given a list of things not to do, like no alcohol, no drugs, no spicy foods, no meat, no dairy products, no ice cream, no cold drinks, and no sexual activities. That one I struggled with the most. The first thing that ayahuasca attacks when you drink it are all the toxins you collect from everyday life. That's why it's important to clear out those toxins ahead of time, as then it's easier for the ayahuasca to then heal other parts of your body. By following this strict diet, you ensure your ability to make the most of this experience and reach deeper levels of psycho-spiritual understanding.
So I'm just waiting outside the cleanse centre. It's a deep sea cleanse. It's something that goes up your bum and cleans out your lower colon. I'm probably more nervous about doing this than I am the actual ayahuasca, but apparently it's good for you because when you do the ayahuasca, you purge a lot, so apparently you don't purge as much.
So first you have to lay down on your back face up, and you have to put your head here, your back here, and then try to put your pelvis as close as you can of this.
Okay.
The tube is going to be connected. So first you have to lay down and place in the correct position, and then you have to introduce the tube. This quantity is enough.
Okay.
This is a coconut oil to help you to introduce the tube, okay?
So put that in your bum?
Yeah, put it in the tube or in your hand and help you to introduce the tube. Okay, when you're ready with the tube in, this is a blanket to cover you, okay?
Okay.
This is a hardware bag to place in your belly because you can feel crampings. That's completely normal, and it helps you with that. And then when you're ready with the tube in, you have to press on to call me. Okay?
Okay.
And I will come back to open the water, play the music, and prepare the incense.
Okay.
Okay? This is the water for the end of the treatment to clean yourself. Okay? And you can turn on the water right here.
Okay.
This is the soap to clean your hands and your body. Okay?
Okay.
So that's it. Just it's very important you remember, don't hold the water. Okay? You can hold it for 5 seconds maximum.
Don't hold the water?
No hold.
What do you mean?
Okay, the water is going to be running continuously for 40 minutes, and you have to keep pushing out the water 40 minutes.
So keep pushing out?
Yeah, keep pushing out, okay? Because if you hold it, you can feel a lot of pain or nauseous. Okay? That's very important.
So keep pushing out?
Yeah, exactly.
Is anybody really nervous about this whole medicine drinking business? Yeah. You guys do a bunch of research too before you came? Most people do. A lot of conflicting stuff. There's a lot of information out there. And it's really going to be whatever it is for you. Because the medicine interacts with us as differently as our DNA is. We're all so unique as a person that the medicine she chooses to give us what we need. Not what your brother needs, not what your boyfriend needs, not what your neighbor needs, but it's all specifically for you. And my first journey with plant medicine started about 5.5 years ago now, almost 6 years. It's been almost 6 years. And I had reached out to my buddy because, man, I was a drug addict. I was down and out. I had lost my home to foreclosure. I moved in with my fiance. He ended up kicking me out and changing the locks. I had to move in with my grandfather, who was really sick at that time because I'd burned all the bridges. No more friends, no more family. And I lost everything. I just lost it all. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I didn't know how to change. I had tried rehabs. I had tried jails. I'd been locked up in hospitals. I tried other medication to get off what I was addicted to, and nothing seemed to work. And there's a lot of pills for a lot of things, and I enjoyed my pills. You know, if I wanted energy, they have a pill for that. If I wanted to feel like Jell-O, they have a pill for that. And if I wanted to just be happy, they had a pill for that. So I thought I could fix and manage my life by using drugs and alcohol. Turns out I lost everything, and I didn't know who the fuck I was. I was miserable. I wanted to die. I really wanted to die. I had the gun in my hand. I couldn't even pull the trigger. So the medicine, she showed me who I was, who I'd become. I had to see things that I've done that I was ashamed of. But in the same sense, she showed me how beautiful I am. And I never believed that. I never believed I was a good person. I always thought I was only bad. But she showed me the true essence of my soul, that I am pure love. I am unconditional love, as are all of you. I just forgot. I forgot.
You've been acting off hyper the last couple of years. Is that to cover up how nervous you're about tomorrow?
Probably, I think so. It's you're going into the unknown. You're going into deep waters because the people who've took ayahuasca before say you see some crazy shit. So yeah, probably because I have been acting daft. But again, you're right, probably nerves, prick.
I didn't know what the hell was wrong with me, and everybody kept saying I looked like, to my friends, it looked like I had the perfect life. I had a wife, 2 kids, bunch of girlfriends, all the money I could spend, airplanes, that looked great, and I was hanging on by a thread every day. I cried almost every night. Something was wrong with me, but I didn't know what it was. So one thing led to another, and I ended up drinking the medicine, and I was shown a video. But a real video, not like a video, but a video that I could interact with, yeah? I was shown a video of my grandfather molesting me as a little boy, and it explained everything to me. It explained why I was crazy. I knew why I couldn't have a relationship with women. I knew why I didn't trust any men, and it just all made sense to me. And the next day after seeing that, well, they actually came and merged my soul back and gave me a new heart. It sounds crazy as fuck, right? But it happened. And then the next day I was whatever normal is. I was normal for the first time in my life. So one thing with me, and the people that work here will tell you, when I do something, I do it with my heart and soul. Each time that you come in here and go through this, I'm signing my name to you. You go through this program, this place has our name signed on it. So we want to do everything like it meant everything. You're all light workers or light warriors, or you wouldn't be here. Fact. And that means you're all healers of some description. So most people that come here and go through these programs, they start out bankers when they're here, and fucking 8 weeks later they're yoga instructors. It's crazy what goes on here.
We tried everything to get him better because he had a drug addiction, he had all kinds of women issues, he had family issues, he was just freaking an animal, fighting all the time. And he found out about some plant medicine that they offered in Costa Rica. I didn't know much about it. And I was like, dude, just go do whatever, man, because we've tried everything and it's not working. And so he did plant medicine. It changed his life. And then he told me, I got to come down and do it. So I did it, and it completely changed my life. Like, it showed me who I was, my ego was in the way. I mean, it was just all this crazy stuff that was really helpful. And after that, Jerry and I said, you know, we got to have a place. Let's make a place that is safe, medically licensed, has, you know, all the kind of Western medical stuff, but also has the shamanic world. My peers, like in the field, thought I was crazy because, you know, I've been training for 18 years in grad school, you know? I have a master's in public health from UCLA. I also have a doctorate in psychology, and I have a bunch of background in healthcare. And so, you know, the people that know me, like my friends and family, they thought it was cool, but my field thought it was absurd because I'm going against kind of the protocol of the Western medical model.
So, ayahuasca, how safe is it to take?
It's very safe if you're medically appropriate. So there's certain requirements, like if people are on certain medications, like antidepressant medications, they have to come off of those. SSRIs is what those are called, and they contraindicate with ayahuasca because ayahuasca is what's called a monoamine oxidase inhibitor, so it's an MAOI. So if you have SSRIs and MAOIs in your system at the same time, it's really dangerous. It can cause a serotonin syndrome.
As I start to prepare myself for the first ayahuasca ceremony, I kept thinking to myself, what the fuck am I doing here? As I am standing in the middle of the jungle with 70 random people, all dressed in white, ready to drink what I have been told is a miracle medicine and is a shortcut to happiness. I was excited because what if everything they said about drinking ayahuasca was true?
This time round, I think for me it's about going deeper, discovering more about myself, my purpose, and just more of the same healing really. I know what to expect insofar as how hard it's going to be, so for that part I'm very nervous, but I'm equally excited because I know how rewarding and how much healing is going to be involved, so just can't wait to get in there now and go on with it. The best advice I would give James is to, when he encounters anything dark that seems very scary, just to confront it and go head on, and just to try to surrender to the medicine. There's a lot of people here for the first time, so there's a lot of nervousness, there's a lot of tension in the air.
I'm excited and I'm nervous. A lot of people tell me different stories. I've took many drugs in the past, but this one seems to be different. You apparently go right in within, speak to your soul, reconnect with your soul.
When I drank my first cup of ayahuasca, I felt nothing. I thought this was all bullshit, and then about 1 hour later, the shaman called me up for my second cup, and then boom, that's when my journey began. It was painful, I was surrounded by fire, people in the room were screaming, and I thought I was in hell. The shamans kept coming over to me and telling me to surrender and go towards the pain, as this would help me heal.
I purged a lot. I was sick. I went to the toilet. I met my dead grandparents, my great grandparents, and even years ago, my first girlfriend had an abortion, you know. So I felt like the spirit of that child was there, and it said sorry for murdering a baby, you know. It was fucking emotional. I was crying, I was being sick, but it was beautiful at the same time, you know? I'm so grateful to have got a message from my grandparents and my unborn child, you know? Beautiful. James done a lot of purging. He's sick a lot, from what I remember. We're obviously in our own world, so I just overheard him being sick a lot. I think he done well though, man. I'm really proud of him. He held up well. We kept having wee chats every couple of hours, just a wee nod to say, "You're okay, I'm here for you." We sat by the fire for a while, and I reminded him that the fire's a spirit. I said, say your mother's name, say your father's name, say your full name, and then tell the fire what you want to get rid of. Any addiction, any trauma, whatever it is, and then we had that nice moment at the fire, you know? It really bonded us.
So I just gave Gash a healing, and what I did was just realign his energy. So after the ceremony, our energy could be a little off, but with the tools of nature, we get to realign the energy back to center. And so that's what I did for Cash. He got rid of a lot of shit, you know, in ceremony, shit and puke. And I just wanted to put back the love into him.
If I were 30 years old again and I heard some fucking idiot talking like I'm talking now, I would think, this motherfucker's lost his shit.
It was an experience. It's hard to explain. I felt a lot of pain. I felt as if someone was holding me down, and yeah, there was a lot of screams in there last night, people with a lot of trauma. It's hard to explain how I'm feeling right now. There's a fire out here. They have a big log fire and they tell you to say names in it, family names. And when I says that, I seen my mum in the fire crying. It was, yeah, it was frightening. Everyone's dressed in white, so it's freaky. And yeah, you're tripping balls, but yeah, I'm just a wee bit disorientated and confused today, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. So this is where the ayahuasca ceremony takes place. Everybody meets here, stands in a queue, and comes into this room where there's near enough 70 beds. When you come in, you have to pick the bed that most stands out to you. And you lie down in your bed, wait for the shamans come in, and then when the shamans come in, everybody stands in 2 lines. And you kneel down and they put like a wooden thing up your nose and they blow let's smoke up it, and that's an experience in itself. Then you go back to your bed. About an hour later, they shout you up for your first cup. When you take your first cup, you don't really feel anything. If I'm honest, I was thinking, this is a lot of shite, this is a scam, we're getting fed a lie. And then an hour later, they shout you up for your second cup, and that's when shit gets real. That's when you start seeing things, you start visualising, people being sick, people screaming. They tell you face all your fears. So this is where the shamans sit. Everybody's lining up, and when they give you your cup of ayahuasca, you have to say to it, show me who I've become. and then you go back to your bed, and this is when shit gets real. I noticed a lot last night that I was laughing, but I started thinking about it today at breakfast. The reason I've been the class clown all my life, always laughing at the serious stuff, always trying to make people laugh, always pretending that I was happy, but the laughter was a defence mechanism, a shield to say that I'm fine when really I've been hurting. So yeah, it resonated a lot with me today, and it took me the full night to realise, yeah, that was who I'd become, basically, the laughing Scotsman. So it's tonight I've been told to be a lot more quiet and just close my eyes, breathe, and just surrender to whatever you see.
The medicine's in you, and it's listening to everything. And it's when other people are talking about their experiences, you're either giving it consent or you're not. And really interesting stuff, okay? So the medicine's in you, and it's listening to your neighbor, it's listening to your heart, it's listening to the words that I'm saying, and it's listening to each other. So most importantly, when we're done this, and we're talking about your peak experiences, open your heart and give your attention to the person that's talking, okay? Because it's super, super important. And when I say open your heart, what I mean is listen from your heart. And we'll talk a little bit about that. How many people had something happen to their body in the form of shit or puke? Good? Pain. Anybody have pain? Good. Good, good, good. How many people saw something? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. How many people were spoken to by something? Let me see it. Great. How many people got an absolute nada? A nothing. A nothing. They're very big things. So you actually drank the medicine, went to sleep?
Yes, I've sort of a little cat naps.
Uh-huh.
Cat naps. I took the medicine twice, but there's nothing else whatsoever.
Nothing? Okay, that's a really good thing. I'm going to explain to you. You know what a nada is, right? We'll talk about it more in a minute, okay? How many people had surgery? Out of the gate. Wow. Busy hospital last night. Very busy, huh? How many people had surgery by alien? Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Any alien activity here? Good girl. Fantastic. Who saw some shit they just can't describe? Okay, you'll never make sense out of that shit. If Freud and Jung were sitting here, if they were sitting here, and I said to them, dude, what does this mean? I hit a golf ball, it turned into a bird, it flew up my ass, it came out of my eyes as 3 birds. One was named Love, one was named Charity, one was named Destiny. They got together, turned into a lion. The lion ate its own foot. What does that mean? They'll be like, what the fuck? It means you're fucking nuts. There is no, and so I'm going to talk about 2 things. That is Mrs. Moon's magic mat. That is the cleaning out of your psyche, the dumping of your psyche. Who had pain in their jaw last night, in their teeth? Let me see them. Very important, and I want you to remember what this is. And I was told this directly from the moon. This was printed. That the 2 times you were getting your teeth, you were 2 years old and about 6 years old or 7 years old. What was going on in your household and how you responded to it was recorded in the jawbone of your teeth. And this is the removal of those memories. So you're going to feel fucking great because you don't even know what you were carrying in that pain. So it's super, super, super important to catch that.
I'm not necessarily sure what I was expecting. I was trying to go in with, not expectations. I've heard that, if you try to project what you want out of the experience. It'll maybe take you to some dark places or whatever. I was just trying to let the ayahuasca take me where it wanted to go. I've been addicted to opiates and heroin since I was 16. Right now I have about 60 days clean from, all substances other than ayahuasca. I've actually been escorting, I've been, prostitution, I've done a lot of sex work, I've done a lot of stealing. I've definitely done a lot of dirty, things. I've been a lot of dirty places, but yeah. Last night it felt like I was almost projecting my consciousness outside of my body, and I was communicating with a lot of different entities. And they were all showing me love and compassion and helping to guide me, into the space that, I needed to be in. But I spent a lot of the night communicating outward with these entities, and I think that tonight I'm going to try to focus it more inward and get over some of those internal traumas and things that I need to release.
Over the years, I became very intolerant with my family because I felt I was cheated out of my childhood. And my mom was very rough with me, very coarse with me. And so I became intolerant, very sensitive. And last night I had a very good experience. It was very nice because it was an emotional, touching experience that I was shown that it was not her fault. And I was able to forgive her. And it was really sweet. And I just was so loving towards her, like never before in my life. I was just so loving. And I want to treat her like the best mom in the world right now. I made her a call this morning. And the first thing I just had to tell her, Mom, I love you very much. I love you very much. And she broke down and cried, and so did I.
I'm not as nervous as I was last night. I'm hoping I can handle it a bit more and go deeper. Tonight, before you drink your second cup, you're supposed to say, "Merge me with my soul." But tonight I'm going to ask it to teach me how to trust people. I have a lot of trust issues. I don't trust anyone. Even coming here, I think it's some sort of scam. I think it's all hocus pocus. I think it's all bullshit. So for me, it's to learn how to trust. I don't trust anyone.
Rapé is considered to be a secret medicine and is consumed in a ritualistic way and is made with powdered herbs. The effects of rapé depend on what plants are used to make the blend. A shot of rapé can give you a full-on hallucinogenic journey and is also believed to help with emotional, physical and spiritual illness, as well as ease negativity and confusion while grounding the mind.
Another fucking tough night, mate. Madness. A lot of pain again. You reach into your soul, mate. It's fucking heavy. It's hard to explain. I know people watching this will probably think he's fucking crazy, but a lot of screaming in there, mate. A lot of everybody shouting, and yeah, you work in your soul, man. It's powerful. You see all the trauma and the pain, and you see it clearly, how it unfolded, and yeah, it's an experience, I tell you that. I'm not enjoying it, but I'm hoping the benefits will work after the 4 days, and you'll see the difference.
What did you see when you were in there?
You see family members, you see the people who've died in your family and friends. It's not an easy journey, man. It's a fucking painful experience, this. Aye.
Something in you knows when you're ready. So all those people that you see here, because this is a hard week, anybody that has a place like this that tells people it's easy is fucking a liar. This is fucking hard. And if you're not willing to go through what's hard, then you're just gonna waste your money, yeah? And I don't want anybody to waste their money. So the thing is, if you hear this and you feel like you wanna go, that's because your soul is ready to do it. Like you were ready, even though you think you're not, or might have the thought that you weren't, you're ready because you said yes to it when it was presented, yeah? So the people out there that listen to your podcast, that follow you, that hear this and it resonates with them, even if they're afraid. Because anybody who hears this the first time goes like, that's interesting, fuck, I'm afraid of that. That's the natural shit. Those are the ones who are ready. Huh? People who hear it and go, that's bullshit, they're fucking crazy, they're not ready. And their soul knows they're not ready. They have to do more earth time.
Last night was super intense for me. To start off with, I asked to have my consciousness raised, you know, that was my intention. And I felt like I was getting closer and closer and closer to these beautiful beings above me, but before I could get to them, I had to purge. I had to be sick. And this happened over and over again over the space of like an hour or two. I don't know, I lost track of time as well, you know. I was sick for a long time, you heard it, you know, there was a loud, long purge. And then eventually when I reached that level of enlightenment, if you like, or transcendence, I don't know what you want to call it, I saw what looked like all the different gods, Buddha God, Hindu God. I saw all the different religious symbols and it was all just one. And it was all beautiful luminescent colours. And then I saw what looked like myself looking back at me, you know, but it was like my higher self. So it was a really overwhelming experience. I was in that zone for a good few minutes and then all of a sudden I just remember being carted out with 4 people and I ended up outside on there, you know, and you were laughing at me as well, you know.
Yeah. So obviously, because I hear you being sick, which you were being the most sick in there,
yeah.
I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
But obviously it's not a funny experience,
no,
it's a difficult one to face all your traumas and pains.
Very much.
What's your intentions when you're here this week?
My intentions were similar to the intentions I had when I first came, which were show me who I've become, to merge me back with my soul and to heal my heart. So I repeated them this time round, but what happened is I've added a couple. So I added show me my purpose, and I got that. Ayahuasca told me directly through the girl that was sitting next to me. She was speaking to me and she kept saying, me and you, we're going to change the world. You and me, we're going to change the world. And I kept thinking, okay, whatever, you know, but then I realised the next day she said to me, that wasn't me talking, that was ayahuasca talking, and I just clicked.
I came here 2 weeks out of walking out of my doctor's office and telling him I was not going to continue my radiation treatments. I couldn't take what it was doing to my body.
And When you came here, what was your intention when you came to Rythmia the first time?
I had to find a way to kill cancer, get better. I didn't tell anyone in my family that I had quit my treatments. I told them, they thought I was continuing it, and I didn't want them to worry, right? And so I just needed to find a way to take care of it. I left Rythmia March 15th, and on April 15th, I went back to the doctor and had my CAT scans, and there was no more tumor, no more mass, no more indication of cancer. My doctor was skeptical, so he wanted me to wait a few weeks and come to a PET scan just to be sure, and I did the PET scan, and I'm all clear. I got the all clear.
So what is ayahuasca?
It's an ancient Amazonian medicine, man.
Mate, I'm tripping balls in here, mate.
So am I.
It's like a fucking loony bin.
Fuck it, mate.
What is it you're smoking?
Cigar.
I thought you were trying to heal.
Bad. You puff it, it's okay, you had good intentions.
So, what is the journey?
Journey of healing, finding out who you are, reconnecting with your soul, and then like healing the rest, man. Why don't you have any good relationships with girls or guys? Why don't you?
Pain?
Yeah, so that's why you're here. We've already got a decent friendship going, and that's just 2-3 days together, you know. So imagine when you go back to Glasgow.
So, what happened when did you shit yourself?
No, I didn't. It was a spiritual purge.
But why did you go in for a shower?
Because the guy said to me, you went to shower to cleanse. It's like a baptism, you know.
I seen you getting took away with just your pants on.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I had my pants on, but my pants were completely clean. So I was a spiritual purge. And then I went to the shower, and the shower made me feel clean again. So it's just I felt dirty, but I wasn't. It's like I felt dirty, but I wasn't dirty. That's what he said to me. He goes, you felt dirty.
The shaman came in to me and says, if you get the keys for the room.
Yeah.
And I says, why? He says, because Cassius shit himself.
I didn't though. I didn't. I told him I did, because I thought I did.
I nearly shit myself with laughing, because you were sick so much in there.
Was it actual though? But I wasn't any poop come out though.
Yeah. So what the fuck is this place then? Because my bearings are fucked.
I'm me as well. We're in the same boat.
Ah, madness. Madness.
Alright, so in this, you're gonna close your eyes and go in and focus on your intention and why you're here. Sacre. Ay Dios, mi taite curandero. Ay Dios, mi taite curandero. Sacre. Moyo. We go home. Sacre. Miko kan, protokan, hu kan. Ishwaki, Ishwaki, Ishwaki. Softly, 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 softly. Miko kan, Ishwaki, Ishwaki. Softly, 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 softly. Ay Dios, mi tight curva. Softly, softly, softly. Softly, softly, softly. Softly, softly. Ay Dios, mi tight curva. Softly, softly, softly. Ay Dios, mi tight curva. God bless you, brother.
God bless you, brother. That was, I don't know what to say about that. It's fucking, I don't know, mate, it's magical, that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Filling you with love.
Yeah, thank you.
Love and light.
Yeah.
God bless you, brother. Dios lo bendiga. Well, I feel as if I've always been like this. Technically, I'm not a shaman. I'm a shaman in training. And this is something that you're either born with. So I just have people here that are guiding me along the path. And because a shaman is someone who's connected to spirit, connected to nature, and yeah.
I started to get really strong hallucinations, but it was I was creating the illusions myself. It was very strange. I thought I was purging. I thought I was being sick into a bucket, and I was doing the action of being sick. But for some reason, there was no sick in the bucket when I checked later on in the morning. I also went to the toilet, and I thought I pooed myself, which is hilarious. But I even thought I did it so much I felt dirty. I threw my shorts in the bin, and I rushed home to get a shower. And then I realised I was totally clean. And later, talking to a shaman, I found out that I had spiritually purged, so I had released some kind of stagnant energy, and it made me feel like I was dirty, and I had to go and clean myself. And then, on coming back to the Maloka, the temple, I kept saying over and over again, "Oh, I feel clean. I was dirty, and I feel clean." And this is like shedding of the skin, similar to like a snake does. And that's what ayahuasca was kind of teaching me, was to shed my skin, to go back to my childlike innocence, getting rid of any shame, any guilt from my past. And this is the lesson I took away from last night's kind of spiritual phantom purge. It was really, really confusing at the time. It was really, really strange. I felt very embarrassed. I felt very weird. But then upon speaking to other shamans today and getting some revelations myself, I just feel much better about it. I feel kind of less heavy. I feel much lighter. I feel better about myself.
What brings you to Rythmia?
My brother, he sent me down here. He felt it would, he's been down here. And when he came back to Las Vegas, he was just different. He was just different, and he thought this would help. I was not on a good path at home. And my husband and my family life was not good. A lot of drugs were involved, and I didn't have I still don't have that much yet, but clarity on who I am. And I have a lot of pain from my past and weight issues, and he thought that it would help me down here.
What sort of drugs were you taking?
Meth, and my husband as well. I can't say that my husband, that it's his to blame. He asked me if I wanted to try it, and we decided together. I guess I felt a little intimidated, but because, you know, I wanted to please him. But ultimately, it was my decision if he brought it home. We wanted to maybe enhance some things in our relationship, but it just didn't work out that way.
Yeah, like your sex life, stuff like
Sex
that.
life, yep. And get things done and lose some more weight, and it just didn't work out the same way this time.
Yeah. So if you're going home in a clear mindset, does your husband is he still taking meth?
He is. He is told me that he's going to go into rehab. My brother said he would go into rehab. And so I'm hoping that to be true, but I just talked to him a little bit ago, and he thinks it's going to be boring after a while. And so I'm worried that this may not be for him right now. That's why I'm thinking about Kentucky ayahuasca, because I think the quicker, not a long program, he gets bored, might be better for him. And ayahuasca works. I've seen it here with people.
We were at a ceremony and you had pointed out that you were abused when you were younger, and you thought it was 9 years old. But Jerry, who's here, went right back and he thinks it was from you were 3 years old. Do you have any recollection of that?
I don't. I really do not know how old I was. I remember I said the one brother, he forced, in my mind, at least I think it to be true, that he forced me to do some things. And then my other brother my father caught him undressed in a closet with me. And then my grandfather, and I wasn't the only one with my grandfather, tried to kiss several of us grandkids. And I'm not sure if it went any further with him or not, but.
How did that make you feel growing up then as like a teenager and a young adult? Is that where the drug abuse kind of stemmed from? Do you think that was a catalyst?
No, I didn't even remember that stuff until the one with my brother when I lost my virginity. I had flashbacks of this. That's when it started, so I was about 17, 18. And Grandpa, when my cousin brought it up, maybe 10, 15 years ago, we were talking about it, and it had happened to him too. The one in the closet, I asked my dad, I was going through my divorce, and I asked my parents, do you remember anything happening to me? Because I have these visions. And my dad said, no, the only thing that we remember or know of is that in the closet one time, and we found your brother with his clothes off and you. And I'm like, I don't even remember that. That's not even, I hadn't noticed it. I hadn't remembered it at all. So I don't think so. I think it stemmed from my weight, the drug, because I always wanted to be thinner.
Do you believe you got your miracle being here in Rythmia?
Not yet, but I guess I have another couple weeks. And I bought the tincture. I'm gonna keep doing it at home. I think it'll come.
I am glad I met Cash on this journey, because it meant I wasn't the only crazy Scotsman there. And the fact that Cash had taken ayahuasca before made me feel at ease when I was struggling during ceremony. Not only did I grow a special bond with Cash, but every single person who took part, as we all became one big family.
So this is the last night of the ayahuasca ceremony. This is a 12-hour session, so it's going to be powerful, it's going to be deep. Right now I'm still very disorientated, very confused, bit of memory loss. I'm still questioning why I'm here, the people who are here. They tell you to surrender, but it's very difficult because you're in a vulnerable state, but some people seem to think it's working. For me, I'm still very wary, and yeah, it's a weird experience. So they say the last night will all make sense, so only time will tell, and yeah, I'm going to roll the dice and go for it tonight. Jerry Powell.
Hey.
You're doing the ceremony with everyone tonight?
Yes.
How are you feeling?
A little nervous, you know?
Do you still get nervous?
Yeah, there's 248 tonight.
Yeah.
And I still get nervous.
What's your intentions tonight?
My intention is to be kinder to myself.
Yeah, powerful.
Yeah.
Everyone seems a bit nervous tonight. It's the last one.
Yeah.
It's a 12-hour session. Why do you think that is?
Why is everybody nervous? Because I think everybody's soul knows what's going on. Their ego knows what's going on. They know that it's the end and the beginning of something new. So the tendency is to be nervous, you know?
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
It's, I think, more calming that you're doing it also. I think it puts people at ease. It certainly puts me at ease that I'm not
I'm good.
Losing my mind. Yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight, and God bless, brother. Enjoy the journey.
God bless. See you on the other side.
Yeah, see you on the other side.
I had 3 cups. I puked my guts out at least 3 or 4 times, I can't remember. Poured so much. I went to the toilet at least 5 times. So I got so much in my system. I danced the whole night. My legs are like jelly just now. The music's just so amazing. I'm full of life. I love life. I'm happy to be here. I feel healed. What more? What more is there, you know?
So that's the last night of Ayahuasca. That was a 12-hour session. I was sleeping a lot tonight. It wasn't as painful as the first 3 nights. The first 3 nights was a lot of pain and misery. But that session I felt, yeah, I forgave people who's done me wrong. Forgave myself also. Even though the people I've hurt in the past and treated like shit, I felt as if I apologised to all them. Yeah, it's a weird experience, but it's something that I'm glad I've did eventually. They say you see a miracle when you're here, and I'm hoping that, yeah, that miracle comes as the days go on, but it's a great experience. The people here have been amazing. I've met a lot of great friends now who have become family in there. It's a struggle being in there. The last few days I've a bit of memory loss. Couldn't really remember how I got here, which is weird, but it says because I've not purged, which is like being sick, which I've just did earlier. I was still drunk, they say, but yeah, it's a it's a great experience. I'm glad I've done it, and I've met friends for life. So yeah, all in all, it's been good. It's been painful. Yeah, and I think we've created something very special here. It's people who have addiction problems, people who are suicidal, people who are battling demons and want to heal. We want to make the world a better place. So I'm glad I did it. I think it'll take me to another level to try and help others, because we live in a very fast world, painful sometimes. So yeah, hopefully I've learned to heal so I can help to heal others.
I don't know why I'm here, but I'm here. And I tell you why. What's my takeaway? Your mother has a lot of data in her heart. Your mother, my mother, all of them. They have data from a couple of years, more than Google. More than Google. They know the way. They gave you a perfect world. And they know how it works. All they give you is a highway. You just have to stay there. And then you know the solution to all of it.
I am born today. There are no words to describe how I feel. There is no human description for that. At a certain moment, the energy was going through me and I forgot the language of Earth, and I saw the story of creation of Earth, and the only word that I could pronounce was Gaia, 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 Gaia. And I was there connecting to, because I was born on planet Earth, and this was my Gaia, this was my salvation, this was my mother that gave me everything, that gave me life. And then the mother showed me Gaia today. And when I took that Gaia in today, I thought that I was going to break into pieces. Gaia is suffering so much with our human created suffering, with our conspiracy theories, with our lies. And to see that was so profound. Although I was crying and I didn't know how to control that, this was such a profound experience. I'm so grateful.
What is Gaia?
What I get from that, it's Earth. It's Mother Earth.
I get to watch these people, and it's more than money. It's worth more. When you see this group that you're with on Saturday, I get to see that 50 times a year. I get to see people leave their pain.
I've always been aware of ayahuasca, and I knew that it would be in my journey. Well, I had such a transformative experience that it's almost just shown me so much more about what we are meant to do as souls. In our human form, currently, we just don't have the ability to comprehend what is our true purpose. And what came into that temple was such a divine and infinite intelligence that, I was weeping for huge periods of it, just in awe of what had arrived.
Know you are loved, Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is.
During the ayahuasca, like I really felt like my brain was being rewired, and you know, like as if I'm starting from scratch now. You know what I'm saying? So I have a chance now to, you know, I can always go back to that shit. I can always go back to using drugs and all that, you know, shit. But now I have a chance to build new neural pathways with healthy coping skills like exercise, yoga, meditation, and just being a good dude, you know what I'm saying?
Ayahuasca showed me how to beat my own cancer.
Mama Ayahuasca is absolute. She is divine, and the trust is there.
Ayahuasca has healed my heart and taught me to love myself.
I have already forgiven my mother. I've forgiven my abusers because I know they didn't know what they were doing. And I'm going to be a better mom, wife, sister and brother, and just be better to me inside.
To me, it's just a lifesaver. It's a saver of lives. It really is. It's a gift, and who knows how this happened. You know that they say there's 1 million plants in the Amazon basin. So who was brilliant enough to mix these two plants?
My overall experience on this journey has been mind-blowing from start to finish. This was a very tough week, probably one of the toughest in my life, with a roller coaster of emotions from fear, hate, regret, love, compassion and forgiveness. Reliving the pain of the past is something that scares us all, but to see people from all around the world connect and open up to each other and speak about things they have never spoken about before in their life was a very powerful thing to see. Each individual on this earth wants to be free from trauma and pain. And does ayahuasca make that happen? Possibly. I don't have all the answers, but speaking from my own experience on ayahuasca, I believe it is something very special and have seen firsthand how people have changed over the course of a week from being scared and vulnerable to then being happy and strong. Ayahuasca is not for everyone, but those who need it just know. Would I take ayahuasca again? You better believe I would.
Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Know you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Know you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Know you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Know you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dream till your soul is released. Know you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dream.